Oh, you thought the series was done. No, there's a couple more things I actually want to talk about. So let's go ahead and go to the Distant Spring for the first one. This shouldn't be too bad. Unless you know what I'm doing, in which case you know it's the worst thing in this game. Firstly, we touch down, as is normal, and we will get out 100 reds. Now, you may remember that thing that I was conspicuously, or not conspicuously, depending on how you think about it. I mean, it wasn't that conspicuous. I even pointed out that there's a thing I was avoiding. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Firstly, let's get out our 100 reds. And then they're going to just chill right here. While I run over here to look at the thing. In fact, you might even know what it is just from the enemy reel at the end. So if we stand near this long enough, this is an egg, and it will hatch. And when it hatches, we want to run away. That's some interesting geometry on that. This is the Smoky Progg, the single most difficult enemy in the first Pikmin game. And probably the single hardest enemy in the Pikmin series. This guy exists in the fourth game, but he was kind of lobotomized a little bit. So he is really quite a pain in the butt. Whenever he hatches, he will immediately make his way towards your base. If you go near him, he starts to hatch, which is why I stayed away from him. You can only hurt him by not doing that. Run away. If he walks over your Pikmin, they die. That cloud behind him is instant death. But you can land on his face and do damage. In fact, I seem to be doing a fair amount of damage. He instantly kills sprouts. If you have sprouts, then him walking over them kills. However, if you are so able to get far enough away to actually line up a shot, back up, run away. I gotta be careful. He's just killing them left and right, isn't he? Run away. Yeah, single hardest enemy in the game. Run away. When he stands still, it's the best. He doesn't really stand still, though, and this is easier with a GameCube setup because of the not having to hold so many buttons at a time. I do not recommend doing this if it's your first time playing. Do not, unless you, yeah, don't fight this guy the first time playing. Stay away from the egg. There we go. We have successfully killed him. And when he dies, he leaves behind a golden pearl that when you collect, it gives you... We have 399 Pikmin right now. $100 of whatever color you give it to. Alright, and let's go ahead and, I guess, pluck these. While I'm plucking these, I will meet you over in the impact site for our next little bit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Flaunt, we already came to the impact site. We did everything there was to do. Au contraire. On days 8 onward, there is something here. Now, the thing that's here is actually different depending on what day. On even-numbered days, such as today, we end up having an enemy here that we need reds for. To see on the stump. You can kind of see it moving around over there. This is the Mamuta. The Mamuta is really fun. It cannot hurt your Pikmin. It can only hurt you. It's a little annoying. I'm going to throw these real quick. Oh, God. Ah. Die, Flint Beetle. No one likes you. You are truly the scum of the earth. Let's go ahead and make some of these flowers. Not that it matters. The Mamuta can't hurt your Pikmin, but he can turn them into flowers. Very, very interesting enemy. It is a gentle giant. It is kindest thing that you will find. It is the least harmful enemy in the game, only because it helps you. It can hurt Olimar if it slaps him, but let's go ahead and fight this thing. That took them a while to attack. And notice, when it slaps, everything gets flowered. Everything that got knocked into the ground is flowered. It's the opposite of a swooping snitch bug. Now, I said this thing appears on even-numbered days. There's actually something else that appears on odd-numbered days, which has ended a lot of people's deathless randomizers. We'll get to that in a moment. For now, I'll continue plucking. I will meet you back here the next day on an odd-numbered day. Alright, on an odd-numbered day, past day 8, so day 9, so forth, you want blues, but we aren't going to take anywhere near as many blues. We don't need them. This is another optional boss that is also extraordinarily easy, but in a completely different way. So this thing absolutely is a nightmare to fight if you are not prepared for it. But if you know it's here and you know exactly how to deal with it, which is, what I'm showing you, it's trivial. It is the easiest optional boss to fight. Get up here. So all these guys. Where is it? Come on. The Goolix. Ah, yes, the Goolix. You'll notice it's stretching to come towards us. If we attack it as it's far away... Oh, I gotta wait for it to be far away. Come on, get over here. Stretch for me, please. Yeah, it does more damage whenever it's stretched further. It takes damage based off of how far its two nuclei are away from each other. Like that. I'm just really bad at this. You also can have Pikmin just attack the silver nuclei. Now, this thing cannot hurt blue Pikmin because it's made of water. It can hurt you, though, apparently. However, it cannot be hurt at all by things that aren't blue. And if you hit the nuclei when it's if you hit the one nucleus while its other Pikmin are on the other nucleus, it knocks them off. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it can only be found on odd-numbered days past day 8. Very easy boss. You might encounter either one of those when you come back to the impact site, depending on when you do so. Of course, there's also the pearly clams here. Yeah. And I think that'll be it. That wraps up everything I wanted to cover about this game. I will see you guys at the next project. Thank you so much for watching.